So I wanted to do a piece on balls, box balls. I really love these. I love box. It's really formal, adds a bit of formality to gardens. I'm one for straight lines, neat and tidy, so these are perfect for me. Trying to be a little bit cottagey myself, a little bit more relaxed with planting, and equally I'm trying to turn my customers a little bit more formal. Now I've had these two box balls probably 12 years, I would say. They're doing pretty well. I trim them once, sometimes twice a year, and I give them lots of water. These, at this time of year, with these sort of temperatures, are getting a good half a watering can each, I would say, possibly more. But it's keeping them nice and healthy. This is a really good time to trim these, in my opinion. Everything I do on these videos is obviously my opinion, what works for me. You've got to find your own way. So now a good time. I've just done this one. You can see it's nice and round, nice and green. Good time of year, I think, because it's growing, so it will come a bit fluffier again. But it's nice and green in there. There's no signs of disease or anything like that. I just want to quickly talk about some feeds that you can use on these. Water is brilliant. They love water, but it's a good idea to feed them as well occasionally. If you've got some all-purpose plant food at home, use it. You don't need to get anything special. You can use tomato feed as well. So these are just some examples that I've shown before. So Tomorite for tomatoes, they love that. All-purpose plant food. They can suffer a little bit with disease. I've had a couple in the garden recently that really look like they're dying. Sometimes people think it's something called blight, which does affect these, but actually it might be that they are lacking iron. So a good feed to give them if you're suffering that is something like this, which is seaweed with sequestered iron. I think you can see that. That will hopefully perk them up if it is a lack of iron. If it's anything more, if that doesn't work, then it's possibly blight. There's various different feelings on that. Some people say you have to remove them, some people say cut it out, so it just depends how bad it is really. Try the feeds first, give them plenty of water, cut them back, trim them, just see how you go. There's lots of different types of or shapes of box. I don't go to anything too topiary, I'm not that skilled, but the important thing when you're cutting these is a really sharp pair of shears. So I've got these quite lightweight shears, which I find really good for these. Let me show you. And I've also got another brand new pair of just general purpose shears. I would say when you're buying tools like this, don't buy the cheapest you can find. If you can afford a little better, do it, because it will pay off. And try and keep them nice and sharp. I am not the best person at sharpening things like this, so I normally find someone that can. So that would be my advice. I'm not going to show you the whole trimming of this ball because we'll be here ages, you'll be bored. But I just want to show you the best technique to do it, to start it off. I'm going to use these lightweight ones. What I normally do is turn them the other way up. That way you have a little bit of a curve. Start on the top, take some really small movements and just gradually work around it from the top, working your way around the sides. I'll show you. And then hopefully you'll end up with a nice round one like this one. Let me show you. So I'm just going to go on the top with just little very small movements to try and keep that circular shape. Do it on a concrete base or on the lawn, then you can either sweep them up, all the clippings, or hoover them up with a lawnmower. But just very, very small, slow movements. I'm a little bit experienced at this, so I'm probably going a bit quicker than you may do, but just take your time with it. If you cut too much, you can't put it back. If you haven't cut enough, then you can go back and do it. So just take your time. If I just come around the front, you can hopefully see a bit more. So I'm just, each time I cut, I'm going a little bit further down or a little bit further round. I think these are needing oil, they're a little bit squeaky. When you get round to the front, just keep doing that same movement, just like that, with the shears turned the opposite way as you can normally use them. And you can see taking off all that growth. Just nice and slowly, nice and gently. And then hopefully you'll end up with something like this. Don't break your back moving these because they are incredibly heavy. You can see there, it's a really nice round shape. If anyone's got any different shapes, obviously send them in. I'll be really interested to see. Someone who lives not too far from me, I only noticed the other day, they've actually got a dog cut topiary into their hedge, which is quite interesting. I've not tried that much yet. You can get little hand trimmers as well, but try it with the shears. Most people have got a pair of old shears in the shed. Even if they're not really sharp, give it a try, see how you get on. I wouldn't recommend cutting them back really hard. I always get quite nervous about trimming my customers' box balls, lollipop trees, things like that. I feel a bit of a responsibility. If I make one slight movement wrong, it could throw their whole plant for the summer. I have got a small box hedge here, which I'll show you in a minute. I have cut that back now really hard, or fairly hard, I'm going to say, for the second year running. Last year I did it, I was a bit nervous. I'm always a bit nervous about box. Let the frost go, then do it, and then water it like crazy and give it a feed. And it should, in my instance, it did recover. I'm going to show you, because if you look at it, you're going to think, crikey, what on earth has he done? But I promise, and I'll show you this when it gets to that stage, it will end up nice and green and thick like this. So hopefully that's informative for you. Decent pair of shears. Don't buy the cheapest, buy some decent ones. They will last you. Keep them clean, look after them. Give the box ball plenty of water. When it's weather, sunny, hot like this is having at least half a can a day at least. And feed it maybe, even if you do it once a month, it's just giving it some nutrients, but do it every couple of weeks. I'll probably give this a feed once I'll let it settle for a few days, and I'll give it a feed because it's had a bit of a haircut and it'll recover. I'm just going to show you that hedge now, and I'll speak to you soon. So if you see this, hopefully you can see, it almost looks dead. There's a few bits coming out that I haven't got yet. It looks dead, but I guarantee, hopefully, this will come back. You can already see all these